Hey family. It's a beautiful day in St. Louis today. It rained for a little bit, so the air is feeling really fresh and the sky is opened back up. The sun's peeked out a couple of times, and there's a lot of really nice transition happening in nature, as it does in the spring. And there's a lot of really awesome transition happening in astrology, if you're into that. And there's a lot of really big transition happening in my life, and probably in a lot of people's lives right now. And in the face of that transition, I want to talk about choices, because choices are the foundation of what we believe and our habits and how we treat ourselves and how we feel about who we are. There's a really big shift that has to happen when you're moving from a life of being a people pleaser to going your own path and doing things based on what your heart wants. And that shift is painful. There's a sort of debt that you collect when you neglect your soul for so long, and you carry your trauma in your body, and you carry all of your anger at the world for the way it's wronged you and your belief systems. And a lot of us are choosing to pick up these beliefs and rules and struggles on a daily basis. When you do make that shift, there's a sort of tearing down that has to happen. It's like, please ignore that. It's like when a broken bone has healed wrong and you have to break it again to put it in the right place. And that's kind of where my life is right now. I've had to do a lot of upsetting people lately, to right some of the wrongs that I've done to myself. That shift and that pain can be scary, and they are for me. And so it gets hard sometimes to know that you're doing the right thing when you're doing this. But it's a choice of who you listen to. And it's not an easy one when you have a habit of choosing to listen outside of yourself. But getting rid of a habit takes time, and growing out of them is not linear. So it's easy to fall back into place and back into line, and it's easy to choose to return back to what you think is center because it's your comfort zone. It's really, really hard to choose for you and look around, and like some lucid dream nightmare, everyone's looking at you angry at how uncomfortable you're making them. But that sense of control that we feel that we need to have over other people is a choice. And it's a choice to be made by each individual. If someone feels that they have control over you and what you do, and feels like you owe something to them or even expect something from you, that is from their own need for control over the people around them. And it's not yours to carry. It's your choice to let go of it. And people get mad and people get hurt, but that's from their own choices to carry those burdens. So the important thing is to make choices from center. What's actually center is what you meet in silence. When you're alone and you, especially if you feel good, but when you're alone and you feel strongly about something, that's when your honest feelings are going to come out. That's when your soul talks to you. And that's when you can really evaluate, you can really with distance and without pressure from others, without eyes on you, that's when you can listen to yourself. And you always have that. You're always safe in that way. But that's where you can find it to learn that. It takes some moving inward and some isolation to find yourself. You can't hear your own voice when the room is too loud. What I'm getting at is that choices are constant, and every day what you believe and what you hold on to is a choice. And that doesn't make it an easy choice, and that doesn't make it a simple choice, but it makes it yours. So it's up to you when, where, and how you want to do it. But how you go forward from now to the next moment, to the next moment, to the next moment is your choice. So believe what you want to, believe what resonates with you, and leave the rest. And let others do the same. And that's where you'll find the actual connection and the actual joy that you're looking for.